Hi guys, Robbo46 here, welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 19 on the Xbox One X. Let's continue with our Aprilia career mode. Round 6 is up next, Mugello. So Aprilia's home race. So let's see if we can get a decent result for them. I think we may, we may struggle here with the long straight, but I thought that at Qatar and we did not. So let's find out. So just gone third quickest, 0.2 off at the moment. See if we can do a slightly better lap, yeah, because we've fallen to 4th now, and we'll probably fall even further behind by the end of this lap. Yeah, already 5th. So as more people finish their flying laps, and we're starting to tumble down the order now in 6th place. So need to make sure this is a good lap. The Aprilia does feel good around here. The only kind of trouble I'm having is just changing of direction is just feeling a little bit sluggish around here. Considering there's a lot of corners where you have to change direction pretty quickly. So yeah, definitely struggling a little bit in that regard with the Aprilia. We're not doing... Oh, yeah, we're under the pole time at the moment, just. We're currently down in 7th place, so that is obviously not an ideal place to be starting. Can I move up the order a little bit further? Front row would be nice. Second row, I'd take that. Okay, come on. Through the S's. Oh, we're still just under the pole position lap time at the moment. I've moved down to 8th place overall. Through the final corner. Just need a good run out of here and run to the line. Fine out the final corner and then run to the line. Where is this going to put me? Pole position by 1/10 of a second. That's not bad.
That's the end of the second and
so it is pole position by 1/10 of a second from Marquez and Dovizioso in 3rd. Right, so I've gone for a hard rear and a soft medium front. Track temperature was nearly, I think it was about 49 degrees, so yeah, very, very hot track temperature. So the hard rear is definitely needed. Here we go, Mugello. That was an okay start, didn't spin up the rear. What can I do into turn 1? Oh, they're very early on the brakes, apart from Dovizioso. Oh, sorry, Rins. So 2nd place for the time being. Vinales has just had a crash. Rins thought about trying to barge me out of the way there, but missed. Okay. Can I go with Dovizioso? Or is it going to be one of those races where they just pull away? Half a second to Dovi at the moment. 0.6 back to Petrucci in 3rd. So as it stands, Rossi is down in 19th place. 21st now, so he's obviously gone off track or had a crash and it's just not come up on the screen. I think Rossi was on a medium rear tyre and a hard front, so he's gone for the opposite. And it's obviously not working out very well. Dovizioso is pulling away because that gap has gone up another couple of tenths. That is what I am worried about. Not that Dovi is really in the championship hunt at the moment, because obviously he had that crash in Qatar at round 1. So did Petrucci, his teammates, so both Ducatis had crashes in the first race. So I don't know. See what I can do, but it's almost a second to Dovizioso, and down this start finish, I just know that he's going to pull away. That Ducati is very, very quick. And Marquez is down in 22nd place with Vinales. So Marquez, who is the closest person to me in the championship, 25 points is the lead at the moment. If Marquez doesn't score any points and I finish in potentially 2nd place, that will go up to a 45 point lead, which is obviously quite a nice lead to have. I am pushing, but I'm just not able to catch Dovizioso at like any point around this track. 1.3. The gap is over a second. Petrucci is 0.8 behind. So yeah, I think Dovi's away with this one, unless his tyres go off towards the end of the race, but he's on the same compounds as me, medium front, hard rear. Or was he on a hard front, a hard rear? Either way, his tyres should, in theory, be absolutely fine. 1.4, 0.9 back to Petrucci. So I am very, very slowly pulling away from Petrucci. It's gone up like a tenth every other sector. But the gap to Dovizioso is really going up, and I cannot close that gap down. The Aprilia just does not have it in it. So this is looking like it might be quite a lonely second place at the moment. 1.6 and 0.7 back to Petrucci, so Petrucci's closed in slightly. You know, if I have to have a second place, I'll have a second place. I don't want a repeat of Jerez, where I was catching the guys at the front and then had a crash on the final lap trying to be greedy and grab second place when I was in third. The gap to Dovizioso just isn't coming down, it's constantly going up. Marquez is up to 19th, now back down to 20th, courtesy of Morbidelli. Vignales up to 22nd. Rins is up to 3rd now. So Rins is past Petrucci and up to 3rd place. That gap behind, surely, yeah, it's a second now. But 2.2 to Dovizioso. I'm not able to catch him. I'm not going to be able to catch Dovizioso in this race. He has definitely got this one in the bag by the looks of it, unless he has some kind of weird mistake, but they don't tend to make mistakes. If they're out front by themselves and they are pulling away, they don't tend to make mistakes. So yeah, it might be quite a lonely race for me in second place, because I am drifting into that no man's land where the guy in front is pulling away and the people behind, I'm pulling away from them. So it is going to be a very lonely second place at the moment. Because I can't relax too much with those guys behind, because the gap is 0.8 of a second. So it's not that comfortable, that lead. Right, coming around to finish lap number 3. Dovizioso is well and truly away now. Number fastest lap 1:45.8 and 1:47.1 from me. 3 seconds is his lead. There's no way I am catching him up in this one, unfortunately. So time to start the final lap of the race. Dovizioso's gap 8.4 seconds. Nothing I can do about that. Miller up to 6th place. The guys behind less than a second behind, but I've managed to keep them at bay for now. Rossi up to 11th. Marquez is just outside the points at the moment. He's just been knocked down to 16th, which is no points, but if he can get 15th, he will receive 1 point. Rins back up to 3rd. I saw Rins take 3rd place a bit earlier on in the race. It would be nice if Petrucci got on the podium, because then all 3 bikes would be Italian manufacturers, obviously 2 Ducatis and 1 Aprilia. But yeah, Dovizioso well and truly dominant in this race. Can't get anywhere near his race pace. 9.1 is the gap. He's probably going to finish over 10 seconds ahead of me. Petrucci back up to 3rd. Go on, Danilo. Staying in 3rd place. Let's have a all Italian manufacturer. Oh, that's very wide from me there. I know why, because I didn't shift down to 2nd gear. It's in the wrong gear, but still 0.8 and 9.6 to Dovizioso. Get a good run out the final corner. and run to the line. Obviously Dovizioso's won that, he's well and truly won that, but I've got quite a nice gap over third and fourth now. Who's it going to be for third? Look like Rins. Petrucci may have dropped down to... He did, 5th place. I was going to say look like Crutchlow got him as well. Yeah, not quite 10 seconds over me. But yeah, Dovizioso, he's still in 4th though, so 45-point lead is what I had. So going forward, that's very, very positive. Still extended my lead by another 20 points.
This second place finish is an excellent result for both him and the team, giving them hope for the following races.
Yeah, because the next track is Catalunya. Another great track, so hopefully I can get another decent result there.
Here's Dovizioso, who takes top step on the podium.
Actually, that's me. That's not Dovizioso.
Dovizioso is on.
Dovizioso is on, apparently. Okay, wow. Not all Italian manufacturer podium. With that Suzuki being on there. But yeah, Petrucci finishing down in 5th place. He must have got completely mugged at the final corner. Okay, so transfer window. Obviously, I'm going to stay with Aprilia for now. Got the other factory teams all interested, but sticking with Aprilia till the end of the season. And then we've basically got 2 more seasons to do. One with Yamaha and one with Ducati, not necessarily in that order. So I can upgrade the engine. That may come in handy for Catalunya. So round 7, Catalunya. Hopefully we can get another good result here and extend my lead even more. So 45 points is the gap at the moment. Let's go qualify. So sitting in 4th at the moment, but I need to keep pushing. This lap is looking good so far. Next split, yep, still under the lap time at the moment. Keep it going for the remainder of this lap. Can I get a pole position again? Got one at Mugello. It is very, very close time-wise though. I think the next upgrade I need to do to this bike is definitely frame, just to help with the handling a little bit more. Okay, so through the penultimate corner, and then we've got one more corner to go. Am I going to hold this to the line and take pole position? No, 4th place, only a 10th off though. 4th place. Look how close those times are.
Ends here for today. Thanks for joining us. Tune in again tomorrow for live coverage of MotoGP. A fantastic show.
So medium front, hard rear again. Track temperature over 50 degrees this time. So yeah, look at all those hard rears. That's really dodgy. Right, let's get this this race underway. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, well, not the best of starts, that's for sure. Down to 6th place. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. Going in too hot. Yep, too deep into turn 1. But up to 3rd place, so that's not too bad. Made 3 places up on the brakes. Can I get past Rossi? We've got a slightly better exit. On the brakes. No, not quite. Try and maybe get him on the exit. Again, just a little bit wide though on the exit. So not working there. Through the little hairpin. Rossi a little bit wide there. It's giving me a better run out. And on the brakes. And we are through into 2nd place. Dovizioso out front again. Is he going to do a similar thing to Mugello? I hope not. But see what happens to that gap, because it's a little gap at the moment. Close in on the brakes there. That is quite nice to see. So half a second is the gap apparently at the moment. Come on. Okay, so through the final corner and on to the start finish. That gap is definitely extended. That looks probably over a second over the line. Not quite, 0.8. Marquez up to third place ahead of Rossi. Into turn one I go a little bit wide. Got to try and catch up to Dovizioso, but it's a second in front and a second behind. So it may be, well, I hope it's not going to be a similar race to Mugello, where I kind of slipped into no man's land. But 8 laps around here, I'm hoping that gap is going to start to come down to Dovizioso. Let's see what it is at the next split. It looks like it's come down a little bit, but that could just be the nature of that corner. What's the next split going to say? 0.8. So the gap has come down. Oh, that's a mistake. That's allowed him that 0.2 of a second back, if not a little bit more. So I'm pretty sure the gap is over a second again. That's annoying. Okay, hold on the brakes into this hairpin again. I was having troubles getting the bike stopped into here. It's 1.3 to Dovizioso. Yeah, kept running on at that corner in free practice and having a few issues in qualifying as well. So through the penultimate corner and then down into the final corner. So it was 1.3. Let's see what it is over the line. .4. So that gap is slowly going back up for Dovizioso. Rossi in third, Marquez fourth. I mean, stay ahead of Marquez and we'll still extend our lead. Not as much as the last race though, when Marquez failed to score a point. Miller up to 8th place, Vinales down to 9th, Vinales up to 8th and Miller down to 9th now. So those two having a little battle back in 8th and 9th place. I've gone in a bit too hot. Try and get the exit though, very late apex. Yeah, Dovi he's got the edge on acceleration out of the slow corners. It's almost 1.5, so it's almost gone up another 1/10 of a second. I'm just continuing to push to try and close it down, but the more I push, the more mistakes I'm making. Yeah, it's 1.8 now. So it's not looking good for the race win again. Andrea Dovizioso is looking very comfortable out front and looking very likely to win this one again. It's going to move him up a little bit up the championship orders, I think, if he wins this one. Okay, on to the start finish. 2.3. Marquez up to third. Can do with Rossi getting in front of him again and hopefully finishing in front of him, just to, you know, help me extend my lead a little bit more. Second back to Marquez. 2.5 to Dovizioso. I think it's just, you know, I can't do that great lap times on the hard rear, but the soft rear would definitely not last, not in like 52-degree track temperature, just be cooked after the first few laps. So I've had to go with the hard rear again, but we go to Aston next, so hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler there. I can go back to using the soft rear and back to the top of the podium, hopefully, but we'll have to wait and see. Or it might be wet. We don't know. Won't know until we get that. 2.8 is the gap. 1 second still back to Marquez. Coming to the end of lap 4. Through Eurocar. And into the final corner again. Gap over the line is going to be over 3 seconds. I'm just going to hazard a guess. Yeah, it is just. So Dovizioso doing pretty much exactly what I'd done at Mugello. I'm hoping the end result will not be as big a gap as it was, as it's nearly 10 seconds at Mugello. Not quite 10 seconds, it was just under. So I'm hoping it's not going to be that big a gap when we get to the end of this race, but we'll have to just see how it progresses and see if I make any mistakes. But it looks like the guys behind have actually caught me up. Are they starting to close me down? The gap was a second. Let's see what it is at the next split. It's still exactly a second to Marquez, so I don't know, it just looked like they were a little bit closer on the mini-map there. I just need to keep getting the Aprilia stopped for this corner. Turn 10. Still exactly a second to Marquez. So me and Marquez must be doing pretty identical lap times at the moment if the gap is staying very, very consistent. There's not a lot I can do about Dovizioso's pace again. All that I can hope for is that he doesn't have that kind of pace at Assen, because otherwise he will eventually start chipping away at my lead. Marquez and Rossi still close together, third and fourth. So we're on lap 6 of 8, getting towards the end of the race now. 4.1 to Dovizioso, second still back to Marquez. That gap staying very, very consistently around the 1 second mark back to Marquez. So yeah, any little mistake from me will allow him to close in slightly. Depends how big a mistake it is, will determine how much he closes in. But hopefully, oh, that was a big moment there. That was a big, big moment. So close to crashing yet. See what I mean? It's 0.7. So that gap is well and truly starting to come down. Rossi is up to third though. Hopefully he's messed Marquez up a little bit and slowed their pace slightly with that move. Okay, into the hairpin. 1.2, yes, so Rossi's move on Marquez did slow him down. Lost him about half a second. That is good news for me. But yeah, that moment I had, so close to a crash. The rear just lit up. Okay, so we're coming round to finish lap 6 and start the penultimate lap. Dovizioso still completely far and away out front. 4.7 is the gap. I don't think the gap by the end of the race is going to be 9 seconds, so that is, I guess, a bit of a positive. But, you know, Assen, I'm hoping it's going to suit me and the Aprilia a little bit more. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit cooler so that I can use that soft rear. You know, we're still in front of Marquez, so I will still extend my lead. And that is the main thing. We may not be winning at the moment, but 2 second places, that's still a pretty decent result. And considering Marquez scored no points at Mugello, and he could potentially score 16 here or 13 if he gets 4th. But we'll have to wait and see how that develops between Rossi and Marquez. Whoever that third dot is, it looks like he's just starting to close in on them both. So Marquez 1.3 behind. 5.2 to Dovizioso. Marquez and Rossi, they are battling. And I have got, well, we've all got one more lap to go after this one. Dovizioso is going to be crossing at any moment. And the start finish for me. You can barely even see Dovizioso. So who is that behind them? Mir! Joan Mir. He is catching Rossi and Marquez. Can he make a move on the final lap? It's just a little bit of a gap there by the looks of it. Who is going to join myself and Dovizioso up on the podium? Will it be Rossi? Will it be Marquez? I don't think Mir is going to be able to... Oh, another moment there with the rear. Same corner. I don't think Mir is going to be able to get with Rossi and Marquez. But they are closing on me now. The gap did say 0.7 of a second, so that mistake from me, again spinning up the rear, has really allowed them to close in. Rossi is through into third. .6 behind, so really closing in. But luckily there's only a few corners remaining. 2 corners to go. Dovizioso will be crossing the start finish very, very soon. Marquez has got Rossi. Dovizioso is across the line. Oh, they're side by side. Who's going to get it? I don't know who got that between Rossi and Marquez. I think Marquez may have just got him. Well, apparently they went across the line at exactly the same time, but it's given it to Marquez despite the fact Rossi done a slightly quicker lap by 1,000th of a second. So there we go, top 3. The top 3 in the championship. Actually, Dovizioso moved up to second, 47 points behind. So I've actually only gained 2 points in that race. But still gained some points, which is, you know, the important thing. 23 behind Ducati.
He still put on a great show. The applause from the team and the fans is definitely deserved.
So Marquez is on the podium. Okay, it's taken a while to load for the actual podium itself.
The grand Dovizioso takes top step on the podium. Wow, what a race he gave us today. Well done, Andrea.
So that's a double for Dovizioso. He won at Mugello and won at Catalunya in exactly the same fashion, just getting out front and just pulling away. Couldn't live with his pace. But that's closed up the championship between Dovi and Marquez, that's for sure. Right then. Time to look at the overall standings for all 4 categories. Red Bull Rookies Cup, Salvador is leading that at the moment from Yuki Kuni in second, Dupas Squire third, Noguchi fourth, and Carlos Tate in 5th place. And then we go on to Moto 3 with Aaron Canet leading that from Dalla Porta in second, Antonelli third, Messia fourth, and Toba moves up to 5th place. Moto 2, Alex Marquez is leading that from Thomas Luthi in second, Marcel Schrotter third, Lorenzo Baldassari in 4th, and Enie Bastianini in 5th. MotoGP, obviously, I'm leading that from Dovizioso now in second, Marquez in 3rd, Valentino Rossi 4th, and Cal Crutchlow in 5th. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. To see you guys in the next video. See you.